What is up, YouTube? Illusions here, and today what you were watching is some Capture the Flag on Standoff in League Play. But this is no ordinary Capture the Flag on Standoff in League Play. As you can see, I am running the Ballista because I am in a full party of snipers. We decided, it was late at night, and we had been scrimming and doing a bunch of nonsense things. So we decided that we were going to go into League Play, and we're going to eSnipe. And if you're not familiar with the eSniping scene, that's okay, because I'm not familiar with it either. I do know what it is, though, to an extent. It's competitive gaming. It's up with snipers, obviously. I'm not sure what the rules and limitations are on what snipers you can use. But obviously, I'm using the Ballista with laser sight, and I believe that is the CPU thing, or whatever it is, that stabilizes your scope. But I also don't have a secondary. Like, I was going balls deep with it. I was just running no secondary, straight sniper. And I started off terrible. We had been getting nothing but search. And I'd always done good in search because I do actually snipe in search to an extent on certain sides and stuff like that. But in a respawn game type, which I had been wanting to get the entire time after like 4 games, we're live streaming this too. I've been wanting to get that after like 4 games. We finally got it, and I started off terrible. I was 0-4. That's why the game started about like 2 minutes, 3 minutes in to the round. I started off like 0-4, 0-5. But I do end up finishing 32-16, and I thought that was pretty sweet because this is League Play, and some people in League Play can't get 30 kills and 16 deaths with a regular gun. So I thought that was pretty cool. Let's not forget that the people we're playing probably aren't the greatest of players. They're not T1 competitive players. They're not top hams, but anything like that. But yeah, so I'm back on YouTube. This is my first video in probably a week. I've been gone because of MegCon and stuff like that, and I just needed a break from kind of Call of Duty and YouTube so I can think about things and decide what my next step is in my gaming career and all that stuff. Decide what I'm doing next. So I wanted a break. Obviously, I am back. I intend to try to get back on a regular upload schedule. Hoping for that. I do have a topic to talk about today. I want to talk about adding new maps into competitive gaming. This goes as far as DLC to maps that aren't already in competitive gaming. This goes all of it because a lot of people have been pulling for new maps and added into the competitive scene. More specifically, DLC maps, because maps like Uplink and Studio, which are remakes of Black Ops 1 competitive maps. They want to see those maps like that incorporated into the game, into the competitive scene today. And to an extent, I think it'd be kind of cool to add some new maps, but I'm not necessarily sure I want it to be DLC. And there's a number of reasons for that, so let me get into that. Some of you may disagree. This is all really opinionated, so if you do care to stick around and listen to my opinion, that's awesome. But first off, I don't think you should add DLC maps into the competitive scene, because that means the game... What makes esports so amazing is the fact that you can buy the game and immediately jump into the competitive scene, immediately jump into esports, and that's what makes it so amazing. If you have to download DLC, that's an additional thing. Besides the $60 game that you already have to purchase, you now have to purchase, what is it, like a $15, $10 downloadable content pack to add on to the game that you've already purchased. And I think that makes the easiness of getting into esports less. It just makes it less easy, honestly. I don't know where I was going with that. I almost said easiness. I don't know where I was with that. But it makes it less easy, and I understand the benefits of adding DLC. It makes the game more enjoyable to watch to an extent. Some people do want to see these DLC maps. It would be cool to watch, and I think Fire Range and Summit would be cool in this game competitively, but because they are DLC, I don't think it's a good idea. I do, however, agree that you can add new maps. The MLG variant maps that you normally see, the MLG maps are usually like Standoff, Slums, Yemen, Express, Meltdown, Search, things like that. There's like a set 4 or 5 maps that are like the main maps that you see, and actually there might be 4 or 5 in general. I'm not exactly sure. I'm a competitive player and I don't even know these things, but there's a set number of maps. You really only see like a couple of maps, and at MLG it's become an issue where you sometimes get like Standoff Hardpoint and Standoff Search and Standoff CTF, and it's all random drawing. You get like things like that, and that can get dull to watch, and it can get dull to play. But I think you don't need to add DLC in. I think there are plenty of other maps that come with the game that can be incorporated at later times or incorporated from the start. Make the game bigger. Make the competitive scene bigger from start. Instead of having 4 or 5 maps from the start, have like 9 maps from the start, all with like different game types, stuff like that. Just make it a broader thing from start. I don't know necessarily if you need to add it in over time. Again, I do understand why you would add it in after the game's been out for a while, because it freshens things up. It makes it more enjoyable to watch, and it makes the game more difficult. Like, players have to learn the maps all over again, and things like that. So I do understand it, but I think you could just throw those maps in from the start and have it have like 9 maps from start, all in the competitive scene, and they can be all in different game types, stuff like that. It would make it would make it more difficult for the players, but I think that is something that they would accept. I don't think any of us are going to be backing down from the challenge because there's more maps. But that is my 2 cents on it. 'Cause it would make it more enjoyable to watch. It would add more diversity, because sometimes you might not even see, like, you could throw in Meltdown Hardpoint, and you may not see Meltdown Hardpoint because there's 9 maps total. You may not see it on main stage that entire event. And that's what I'm saying. You can throw in more maps. It makes it more difficult. It would make things more fresh. And again, I do understand the whole DLC thing. I just don't think it's a smart idea because it's something you have to purchase separately. That is my 2 cents on the issue. I do understand both sides. That's my opinion on it. I don't think you need DLC maps in the competitive scene. But I am trying to upload on a normal schedule again. I do go 32 and 16 in this game. I think I already stated this. I thought it was a pretty good game, and I thought it was be pretty enjoyable to watch. That's all I have for you. So follow me on Twitter @illusions_AD. Subscribe, like, drop a favorite, and I hope you have a nice day.